Hey everyone, welcome to BuiltFromBricks. I'm Brian, and it's me in the studio today. Drew is having fun in Disney right now. So, I've been playing with the studio, rearranging stuff, and at the moment I've moved the tables around, and it's a little messy here, as you can see. It's always messy here. I never have time to clean it up, it seems. But I was traveling for 5 or 6 days all around the Northeast into Tennessee and back to Rhode Island, so I've had people talking about the zoo, and one of the cameras here you can see I have a little glimpse of the zoo. I'm trying to fix the glass for around the zoo, so I might be going over that camera at one point. And then some city updates. I haven't done much in the city since last week. Like I said, I haven't been around, so I haven't done much in the city. But I will start working on that and the zoo and everything else. I've seen some really cool sets that are supposed to be coming out. There's the Marvel set, which is the city set that looked really cool. So I'm hoping some of you join and chat and talk about what you're thinking, the city, the zoo, and everything else. Can't get much of an angle on that zoo picture right now. You can see I have the glass off of the zoo. It fell apart when I took it apart into the cabinet. So I brought it back out, put some tables over there, and I'll work on the zoo some more and work on some stuff in the city. I might go over there, work on that table a little bit, bring the tablet with me so I can chat with you guys, and yep, hopefully this is live. It looks like it's live, so I got over here. Let's jump back to this one. Oh, hello, Anthony Reviews and Mocks. Nice to see you. You can see I'm sitting here over at the city and just trying to get everything situated here. So you have a mess right here. I've been still debating on what I want to put into the city, what buildings are going where. I have put a few things. I put this house there. Where can I put my little tablet for now? And I'm debating on how I want to continue this sidewalk and houses across the street from the beach. I still have to move the Ninjago city somewhere. It's too close to the beach. It's too tall, so it needs to go in the back or on the side, or off to the side somewhere. Possibly behind the. I'm still debating, but possibly behind the old fishing store over here, which is one of my favorite pieces of all. Your city's a mess too. Yeah, trying to clean it up, and it never happens. I have gotten that section. If you've seen a previous 2 live streams ago, I did get one section of the city started to clear up. I still need to build the streets, put more sidewalks in, change some sidewalks, and add the trees. I forgot to leave spots for the trees, so I need to do that as well. But that's what I've been working on. Not a ton, like I said, because I've been out of the state for a little bit. And I need pieces. So I did put an order in for a bunch of Lego tiles and stuff in one of the lugs. I'm a member of the Any Lug. And every year you can do a bulk order of stuff. You vote on pieces, and if your pieces are one of the top 80-something pieces, you can then do a bulk order on those. And so I've ordered tons of tiles, 2x2 tiles, light gray and dark gray, and a few other things. But those I've ordered, I think, around 3,000 of each. But I have to wait, and they could come in 5 months, 6 months, 10 months. Depends on how Lego gets them out to the lugs. It takes a while. There's a lot of lugs, and they have to process all those pieces, put them together, and then ship them to us. And then I gotta go pick them up with the groups. So that's always a challenge, meeting one of the people up to get my pieces. Never actually gone to the meetings. I always get the pieces, and that's it. You're building an aquarium? Have you seen my aquarium? You might have seen some online. I have an aquarium, and I'll probably jump over there. Let me take this with me because I should have plenty of battery. I'll get over there and work on this aquarium a little bit. I wish I could get the camera a little closer so you can see what's going on here. So part of the aquarium is right there, and I have to fix the tank because I think I have the wrong number of pieces in it, so it's very awkward building it. We'll come over here and see if I can work on this, because this piece is Like I said, it's a little messed up. Need a chair over here. I don't have Drew. He can't help me. Your mic and my mic might not reach over there as well. So I gotta move things around as I go. If I come over here to this area, and we will see what I can fix on this. You have a YouTube channel? I'm guessing it's Legos Anthony Reviews and Mocks. And let's bring this microphone over towards me. Might help if you can hear me. And a chair. I'm on the corner of this thing right now. Oh, I already brought a chair. Well, I can check out your channel at one point as well. I'm going to pull this back so we can see me a little bit. At least you know who you're talking to. There we go. And Brendan came in the room. And I have to fix this. So this is the part that is odd shaped. So I think I either have one piece not enough or one too many. And so I'm going to try a couple things right now to see if I can fix it. Maybe make it a little more symmetrical so it's easier to align inside the aquarium. It sits here. Oops, I'm breaking stuff as I go. It sits in here over this part, but I'm having issues after I took it out. I can't get it lined up the way I want, and I think it's because this is an odd number, an even number, or not an odd number. It needs to be. So I'm going to open it up for a second and see what we got. I'm breaking it a little. And I know there's a guy that did a Shark Tank like this, and I know that he told me that he had copied what I had done. So you're going to a Lego store. That's cool. See if I can see this full screen on here. That'd be cooler. That's all blurry. Too blurry for me. So the goal is to make this not an octagon, but just the right spot so it'll work better. Because right now, like I said, it's not. So I'm taking this apart a little bit, and I'll work on it. You live in Orlando? Nice. I'm sure it's nice and warm there, because it's not here. So a lot of people have been asking me, where's the zoo, where's the zoo, where's the zoo? So I'm finally trying to bring it back. But I want to start this part over just to get it, like I said, to get it symmetrical the proper way. And if I had the right base plate, I could do it that way. It's really warm. What's really warm? It's not warm here, it's 40s and it's snowing out. And I need a plate. And I might be able to use this. Increase the opening size of my aquarium. So this will help me build a new tank. So I'm gonna bring this piece here. And let's see how this looks. I wanna make sure this looks clear. Alright, so you can see everything. On this tablet it's coming in very 90 degrees, yeah, that's pretty warm. So we are going to dismantle this a little bit and remantle it. Yeah, so the way I did this, it's all interlocked together. And every one of them sits on another one, so that way it locks in nice. I want to make this correct now. So we'll redo it 90 degrees. So I'm going to start with having this somewhat near the edge, I can always redesign the size of the aquarium, the walls over here, so that way this will fit in the opening, and it will give it me a bigger coral reef and more room for fish inside of it. The other part will make it, this will be removable from that, which will make it really cool. A service dog. Okay. And then this makes it so if I lock this to the base, we will see how this lines up. See, I gotta look at what I did just because it was to make this symmetrical. And we'll get it fixed. Thinking I want it 2, so I gotta make this in the center of this, make sure there's the same amount on each side. And let's see what we get. You have a muscle disease. Yeah, I had an aunt that had MS. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, I got this centered, so that's good. And if I can keep it 4 away on each side, then we'll know if this will work. So I can still turn this and still turn that. So pulling this apart, and see if I can fix this to the way I want it. So if I do it in sections of 2, without locking it to the base, what will the roof look like? Not sure yet. I might have an some sort of cage type roof. I haven't figured out exactly. But the trick is to lock this together. If I knew what side, what it would line up with over there, I would do that now. So we got one on here, one on here. And it's tricky to get this to the behavior I want. So for the first ones, it's not going to move. These ones won't move now, which is fine. That's kind of what I want. And then they'll start. There we go. So that'll work like that. And these will start making the angle that I want. You should have a skylight. Possibly. Could go for a skylight. We'll see what that comes out. So there's 6 people in here, and this is Brian. If you're tuning in, I'm sure you've seen this before, but Built from Bricks, and we're working on the zoo. I'm getting aquarium, per se, here, because I've gotten lots of people asking, where's the aquarium, so I'm finally bringing it back. Making this a little bit bigger, and it's going to drop in here. I'm going to redo this coral reef in the middle there. Well, it's more like a rock formation than a coral reef. But I'll get that fixed as I fix this. Skylight is a possibility. We'll see how this fits and how this works out for fitting in here. I built this differently before, so I'm trying it a different way and seeing if it'll work. I want it curved more. The problem I was having was that it wasn't curved right, and I was having trouble with it staying on. Getting it to the right shape. So I decided to redo it. See if I can make it a little better. Make it easier to work with, at least. Doing this part though is tricky because I have to kinda, it's better if I do it not on this board, but you can see here I can curve it more now. So I'm curving this You can't see, I'll bring it forward more. And then where do I make the other side to lock it in? Because they need to have a piece underneath to lock them in. Get some flat 1x4 plates here. The Lego City Hospital, I saw it. I not sure. It looks pretty cool. If it's open in the back, I'll probably need to get 2 of them. I'd rather have like a Creator Series hospital than just a regular city set hospital. But I'll definitely check it out, and if it looks cool, maybe I'll grab a couple of them and put 2 together and make it a fully enclosed building. There are some really cool mocks of hospitals that I've seen, and so I'd like to, if I could make mine like that, that'd be great. What about you? Are you going to get it? So we're here, and when I come around this corner is where I see if this will work, what I'm trying to do. A lot of hinge pieces in here to make this work right, and then I need to lock it in place like I said. So we got this, 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 and then maybe this will work to curve. This might work perfectly like this. Even if it's a little more oval shaped, it'll still be cool. I'll redesign the top that I did. You are getting it. Cool. So I think that maybe we'll put this piece, it's going to be 4 in, so this has to be somewhere like that. Give it more of a shape. And I'll do the opposite over here. A few times I may need to go off camera to grab a couple pieces, since it is only me and the 5 of you that are watching. I appreciate it. Let's see if this will work like this. I figure if I can lock it into place and that gives me this shape, then I can do this again on the other side after I fix that. So, little zoo building is what this has turned into. Like I said, the city, I haven't done enough in the city to have any major updates. So, we'll work on the aquarium. I like the aquariums a lot, so this should be fun. This is a fun thing to work on. If I can pull it off the way I want to is the question. So, if I run out of windows, I'll have to put an order in for some more. So now we have this going like this, and we'll connect all the top here to lock it all together. But I'm just locking it in place in certain spots so it's symmetrical. The question is, will it be symmetrical when I get to the other side? The summer roller coaster, yes. I'm not sure what the roller coaster is. I actually bought a non-Lego roller coaster. It's called the Cyclone. It's by a company called CDX. They submitted the idea to Lego, and Lego wouldn't license it. I forget, there was a reasoning why. But the set was it's a really cool set, and if you motorize it, the roller coaster it continually loops. So it's a really cool build. And I'm thinking I'm gonna build that on one of the shows, or at least build it and then talk about it. It is non-Lego. It's the only non-Lego set that I have, but I'm gonna try it anyway. So we'll see how that works out. So we're gonna try and put this, and how did I do that? 10 on each side back, so we gotta put, it's 4 in, 1, 2, 3, 4, so the 5th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see I'm already confusing myself here. It's 10 to something. An Instagram account, I as well. Everything is at BuiltFromBricks, so if you want to see anything on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, it's all Built from Bricks. I did do a Twitch thing the other day just to see something, and someone has Built from Bricks, so I put the real Built from Bricks for that one. But I don't know how much I'll use that since I'm streaming on YouTube mostly anyway, so... Mostly it's always, not mostly, it is only on YouTube. So I'm just seeing what I did here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I lied. It wasn't 10 in. How many in was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 12 in. 12 in to make this circle. I thought it was 10. And see, it's adjustable here, which makes it tricky. So 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it should be right here to be opposite that one. Trying to make them even. So then I know this will sit up as a square, as a, not a square, as a, you've been to Italy. Nice. I have not been to Italy. Someday maybe I'll make it to Italy. So we're adding this here. You can see how I'm making the round, it's forming the round part. And it's a little bigger than before, which actually I like better. I'll have to modify my aquarium. We'll just make it less boxy that way. It'll take a little bit more of this back wall off, and I'll open it up a little bit to have a bigger tank, which is fine with me. Hey, Imperial Officer. Welcome. I was wondering if you were going to join. Imperial Officer is in here often. Someone's got to keep me company, right? So I'm dismantling and remantling. I made a new word. It's reassembling. But I'm reassembling the aquarium. I'm going to need more because this is ended up being bigger. But it will be a bigger and a better shaped aquarium. It'll shape better. It'll be easier to shape. So that's what I'm working on right now. If you're just joining, which you are. So I'm adding windows in. Some stickiness on some of these windows. I don't know what that's from. And then we're adding some here. And if I lined it up right, we'll see. Yeah, see, we can see how it lines up by pushing those together. And I'll get that nicer shape here. So we put, and I keep doing that wrong. It looks great, thank you. And then that like that. So this will go here. And then one more on the other side. We'll go, once I bring these two together, we'll go like that. So that's a much stronger shaped thing, and now I can take a lot of these hinge pieces and lock this together, and that'll solidify this first level. And I don't know, did I use gray, did I use blue? I see a mix of different colors that I used to connect this on the previous one. And if I run out of hinges and run out of pieces, that's fine, I'll order more of what I need for this, because these weren't too expensive to get, these parts. But now you can see this nicer shape. I have not seen Black Panther yet. Have you? I've heard good things about it. I know that Drew went, I know Drew saw it. He always sees that stuff right away. And see, I joined in my own stream last week and Drew's not here, or he could be. It was awesome. Yeah, I have not seen it. I'm looking forward to some other movies. I'm looking forward to Ready Player One, because I just listened to the audiobook and I loved it. And I know the movie's not going to be exactly the same, unfortunately, but I hope they do it some justice. But even Rotten Tomatoes, if you go by that site, has given it a perfect score. I guess it has a perfect score. I think that's what they said, or one of their highest scores, something like that. So it's doing really well, and I haven't seen it yet, but I think I'll get to it eventually. And if not, I'll get it on Blu-ray. Because if I don't make it to the movies, I always make it out to Blu-ray. The Series 18 minifigures, I did. Can't think of what any of them are at the moment. I know there's a couple that I liked, but I don't want to mention the wrong thing, so I won't mention them at all at this point. If you remind me of some of them, then I'll be like, oh yeah, that's the one I was thinking about, which is pretty cool. The also possibility of the Harry Potter minifigures, Tomb Raider. Oh yeah. They're redoing Tomb Raider, right? Is that what's happening with Tomb Raider? I don't think I ever saw the original Tomb Raider. Do I like the clown? I don't particularly like clowns at all. I can't think of what the clown looks like, so I'll have to look at it after and see which one you're talking about. I don't particularly care for clowns though, so I don't know if I can say that I'm gonna like it or not. There's something about them that creep me. I think a lot of people feel that way about clowns. I don't know why, but it just seems that way. So here we have if this worked out right, it's kind of locked together now. It's a much better shape. It's stronger, definitely stronger. I can transport it better to show it off. This is the first level. The minifigure clown with the balloons. No, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know which clown. I haven't looked at them all close enough to comment on them. Then I should say. So do you think I should put? And I did this before to make this even stronger. Another layer. I put another level here. And I don't know if I need it. And if this was looking at a real tank, you would see it has animal balloon parts. That I think. Yeah, I like that. I like the animal balloons. Now I think I know what you're talking about. It's vaguely familiar. So if this was a real tank, there'd be all kinds of water leaking out of this, because when you curve this, it obviously creates gaps. But we're pretending they don't exist, as it is a Lego set. It's a Lego creation, so I might save myself some hinges and not put these on, because I don't think I actually need them. I'll make the height a little bit less. It won't, I don't think it'll diminish from anything. Putting the second level on like that without the blue. The blue adds a little detail, I think possibly why I did it. I'm just debating now. And I'm going to need more windows, unfortunately. I'm not going to finish these now because definitely don't have enough doing this. Because I modified it, it became a little long. It became a little bit larger. And if I can scrounge any windows from down here, I will. Just what Lego sea creatures do I have? I have octopus, I have tiger shark, I have the flounder, I have a bunch of fishes, orange fish and silver fish, and some sharks, and a manta ray, and then I guess this swordfish one. So I do have a bunch. For the jungle area of the zoo, I have all the new cat figures, the panther and the jaguar and the tiger. Those are really cool. Some of my favorite figures. But here I'm just dismantling this, and like I said, I made it a little stronger. I'm eliminating the blue stripe in the middle because I don't think it adds too much to it. I think having it all one solid look to it is probably a little better. So I'm doing that. We'll see how many pieces I'm short in a second. And then I'll lock the top in. I'll have to rebuild the coral reef inside this, but that's okay. Because then this part can be removable from the actual main building, which will make it easier if I want to transport it so I don't break everything. Maybe I do have this. Maybe I do have enough. If I don't, it's close. How do I have one short? It's gonna be one short if I made. I don't know how the other one worked. If this is one short, a small cat next to the thing. I had a cat. I do. Cat's right here. This kind of cat, or do you? I have. This kind of funny you said that. I have one sitting right here. I'm just curious how I expanded this, made it symmetrical, and I have one. Why won't that fit? And I have one short window. It doesn't make any sense. It should be two short, if anything. This floor spot. No, I think I have enough. So whatever I did, I just strengthened it. Because anytime I tried to like shape this before, it wasn't shaping right. So now it's shaped right because it's locked onto the base. It's locked symmetrically onto the base. Everything's symmetrical. So that looks, I like the look of this better. I'll have to build the, like I said, the rock formation I did inside. A pest control building in the city. So you put a little cat right here for now. He's looking. So then, if I do that, now I need to lock this in, and then I'm going to put these windows above everything like I had before. But I'm going to put some blue now, and this is where I'll give it the little texture, different color changes. It's horrible is when these are stuck together. These hinge pieces stuck together and not easy to pull apart. And there's lots of them this way. Do you have a pest control problem? Do you have a pest issue in your city, Lego, Anthony? I'm not going to fight with that one right now. I'm just going to move on to the next one. So we're just locking this together, make it nice and strong, and of course all these pieces I need are all stuck together. These hinge pieces, I'm going to grab a piece separator. Should be able to find one nearby usually. Actually, I probably need 2-piece separators just to be able to pop this apart. There's a couple ways that I've learned tricks to pull these apart when it's tile on tile, but it doesn't always work. That one worked. I don't know if I put a pest control building, or take the time to put a pest control building in. It just seems like a lot of extra. A building that it'd probably be cool. I know, like, what would you put in it? What goes in a pest control building? Just curious. Be like animal control, possibly, if that's what you mean. My dad is a cabinet guy. He likes cabinets? There's also a cat, speaking of the Imperial, next to the penguin exhibit as well, because there's fish in there. So I think this came out better. Like, it's actually locked in place now. I was trying to do this not pulling it apart, but I couldn't. Every time I shaped it, it wasn't shaped right. It looked awkward. So I decided to just pull it apart, as you saw, if you came in, depending on when you came in. So this kind of works. This little trick I have with the separating plates kind of works on the brick separator. It's still not comfortable to do, but it's working. So yeah, and there's the guy that did the Shark Tank. He has an interesting cage on top. Your dad built you a Lego table. Awesome. What was I saying? I forgot. I don't know where I was going. What was I saying? Anybody there remember what I was just saying? I don't. The only reason I have a coat on, by the way, when I'm down here right now, because it's still winter and it's still cold down here. And I can't put the heater on because then the sound is destroyed. It sounds horrible. So I build everything that I want, that I need. Anthony. I haven't seen the zoo in a while. I'm glad to see it's still in the works. It is. I pulled it out. It's on the table here. They got the aquarium, the polar bear exhibit, the penguin exhibit, the grizzly bears are in, the brown bears are in there. You just can't see it all because of the way the camera's positioned right now. But everybody's been asking about the zoo, Mark, and so I finally pulled it out. and added some tables in the room because I have so much space in here. That's a joke. But I added them back in here so I can work on it. Maybe I'll bring them to anyone on PS4 Xbox Live. I have both of them. I'm not on it right now. Also, Nintendo Switch. Any of you guys like the Switch? I have a bank in my city. Your own bank, or there's a couple of banks that Lego makes. The brick bank is another one of my favorite ones. It's like the architecture from it. So we now have locked this in, and also good is that I used a blue base plate, which will go on top of the gray one. Like I said, this will be a modular inside of the thing. But this is the 2 tiers now to the aquarium. Username is SilgFan07. Xbox Live costs something, right? If it does, I'm not on it. Because I don't play it enough to join. That's why I haven't joined one of those. So this is what I added on before. Just some little windows that I may put the glass in. At one point I may not, because this could be also the top level where it's the top of the tank. They just need air to get, It's my own mock. Nice. My one mock in the city, if you watch one of my previous videos, is the apartment building, which I did get the idea, and some of the stuff from it is from another user on Flickr. Are you going to fill with fish or sharks? It's going to have a mix of both. The sharks won't hurt the fish. There's a big aquarium. This is based off of an aquarium tank in Boston at the New England Aquarium. They have a tank like this. It goes 3 floors, and there's a ramp that goes around it. And I was going to do that, but adding the ramp would have been really tricky since it's a sloped ramp. It goes up goes around this a few times, and that would be just, I don't know how to do that. Plus, take up too much room, and so this is one that that's why it's only too high. People can see it, the shark can be in there. What I really want is a sea, do they have a sea turtle? I like a sea turtle. Does anybody know if there's a sea turtle? Because that would be pretty cool for the aquarium. I do have this in the front entrance of the aquarium, which is it's from the Pirates of the Caribbean set. I didn't buy the set, I just bought this off of Bricklink because I didn't want the set. I don't like it, but I like the shark as a display shark. When you come in the front door, you have that hovering above you. So here I'm adding the detail on it. Then I'll lock those together with some more hinges. A lot of these hinge pieces in here. Possibly the blue ones can go on top of that to lock everything together. There's a buildable turtle polybag, but it's probably too big to go alongside the sharks and everything else. It'd be cool if there's a brick-built sea turtle. Yeah, it's gonna be too big though. That's the problem. I want an actual turtle figure. And I don't even think there's a Duplo. I wonder if there's a Duplo one. Maybe somebody can check. They have so many cool animal figures that there's this other ones that I want. A brick-built one, like I said, it would be too big. It'd probably fill half of this tank. So the question is if there's if there is something else. There's a Friends turtle. Ooh, any links? Anybody got a link for the Friends turtle? See what that looks like? Because that might work. So there's that. And then, I don't know how I locked these together before. I think I overly I made this really strong by putting these hinges again to lock everything in again. And then putting some blue pieces on top of that to make it finished and have it all locked together. this way. I know Lego.com, but I didn't know if you had a direct link to it. I can search it later. Just type in Friends Turtle on Google, Lego Friends Turtle, and I'm sure it'll come up. So here we go with this. I may try and add remove the rock structure from that and add it into here. So it's neat to see this come together. No instructions. There's that, and then I'm gonna top it off with, if I had enough of these, and I should somewhere, I know I do. I know I do somewhere anyway, I don't think they're all on the table, but some blue pieces to make this all finished. Looks like a lot of them right here, I may have enough. Yes, on Google Images. Thanks. One last blue piece. Oh, I have enough of them. So I did basically reassemble this. It's a little bit different. It's a lot stronger because it's on its own base. Like I said, it's going to go into, if I do this without removing it from that, it's going to go into here in the same spot it was before. It's going to take a lot more room, but it'll add some stuff to the floor that way, and if it doesn't come off of this, I'm perfect. Because this is perfectly centered on this base. And then this piece is probably not going to fit, but oh, it does. So this can be added on afterwards, which is a top piece that I had created. It's not finished, but it's kind of a walkway. Let me pull this together for 1 second and I'll show you. It's kind of it's a piece that will lock onto the top, I believe. Yeah, it'll lock on perfectly like that, except for the sides. It'll lock on here and here, but it won't lock on the sides, so I'm going to have to modify this section here. Change this part up a little bit, just the way it locks together, because it's not going to work right. Just because of the weird angles. Coral and other plant life in the tank. I'm thinking, the first thing I put in is a lot of this. It's tons of 1x1 round tan plates for the bottom to coat the whole bottom with sand, but I can't do that until the coral piece is in, which I'll show you that in 1 second. If I can remove it carefully, well, I got most of it without breaking it. You can see this kind of rock formation, oops, that I built, and this is gonna go in. This is gonna go in the center of this. So I just lost a few pieces of it, but not a big deal. I can put them back on, or I can redo it and fix it. It's just a rock thing that I created. The shark suit guy for the mascot. Yep, I could do that. I need some of the round pieces that have so for this one, yeah. So I need some of those round 1x1 studs with the holes in the center, which I have in another box, so I can put stuff like seaweed in it, where the seaweed can just plop straight in. Because I have a few pieces of seaweed on here, and some other random pieces. Let me move this out of the way while I fix the... So on here I have a bunch of... This shark was on here somewhere. But you can see that they're put on by little rod pieces and stuff like that. It's the only way I could do it easily. And then I had some plopped up in there like this. Lego should do turtle suit guy. There's a lot of stuff Lego could do and should do and would do and may do, and so I had done this before. Made this kind of like there's an opening underneath so that somebody could live inside. Kind of this rock formation thing. And I see this, and this SpongeBob Patrick is on one side of this thing. He was hiding. Most people wouldn't have seen that. Alright, so I'm just trying to figure out what I did to put this on. If not, I'll just redo it whenever I feel like it. Trying to make it organic looking. It's the back side here that needs some help, so we'll make a little rock thing there. And then we'll add a little more over here. That piece is kind of not strong on here at all, so let's fix that. I'm going to pull some of this apart and redo how it was held on together somehow. Because it's going to just fall apart if not. Alright, so that's better. And I have a lot of pieces on here that have holes on the sides and whatnot. You have Sandy fig from... No, I don't have Sandy. No, that would be... Put Sandy on here, and so I don't have SpongeBob either. Anthony went to Universal. I've been there once. It was fine. I thought it was okay. Alright, so we locked that in place now, so that's good. And this piece just fell off. So this has to be locked in a little better somehow. Put that there, and it doesn't really stay. Because there's nothing holding it on very well on the bottom. Yeah, tilt this to the side for a second. Ah, breaking stuff. The Kong, I don't know what that is. Oh, that's one big leg. That's why I can't do that. Kong is related to, well, I know it's a ride, but I'm not familiar with what. It's based off King Kong, I'm assuming. So I'm just contemplating how to put this part back together here. It is expensive. I missed the Harry Potter stuff because it wasn't open, though we had a ticket for one side of the park and not the other. Something happened and we couldn't go to the other side. I forget exactly what we did, but I was a little annoyed by that. It might not have been ready too, I don't remember exactly. But I'll get back there eventually, but it is expensive there. They charge a little too much for some of this stuff. So that part was like a little annoyed by some of the pricing on some stuff. And I get you expect that for theme parks, but it just seemed like overly pricey. So, but I'll get back there again, I suppose, one day and actually check out what I missed. Alright, so I'm making this a little more. Suppose I could grab more slope pieces. Just building them as I go right now. And hide some strong ones in there. Good thing about this is that it's supposed to be an organic shape. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. And SpongeBob can hang out. Squid, or whatever his name is, Patrick. Can hang out. What is my favorite song? That's a tough question. I don't know. Lots of songs. I don't know what my favorite song is. I listened to everything from 9 Inch Nails to Rush. Did you go on the Gringotts ride? Oh, to Imperial Officer. How were all the Harry Potter stuff, the rides? I wanted to know. Like I said, I didn't get to go on any of them. I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna try and put this in the tank. Mine is "Can't Stop the Feeling." Can't Stop the Feeling. I'm sure I know the song. I do have Flounder from Little Mermaid to put in there as well. So we're going to try and put this in, and I'm going to drop some sand in. Hopefully this thing stays together this time. So this is going to go in the center. If I can get it to everything to lock in place without breaking it. It's almost in the center anyway. So you get the sharks there swimming around. You have sharks that will be near the bottom. Problem is fitting my hand in here once I start putting, I guess I should build from the bottom up. Favorite food is sushi. That one I know an answer to. I feel like I'm getting prompted for questions so you can figure out my passwords or something. They do, you know, ever see, I forget what movie that is, where they ask for his dog's name and his mother's something and his sister's, I forget, it's just funny. I like some good fish. Fish is probably my favorite. What time is it? We got a few minutes. We got a little bit left. So you can see I have the, no, you probably can't see, but the coral or insert is in the tank now. Problem is now putting in all these other pieces. I almost need like kid hands. Alright, so flounder can be there. Cat's still up there. This what do you call it? A little bit of decorative pieces here. So if I remove that, maybe if I can use this like some, it's supposed to be some like, not coral, I guess corally type things. Putting in there. I'm gonna knock this off a million times. So I'm just gonna take him out for now and figure out how I had this in there. So I had this in there somewhere. I don't know what he was on, but he was on something to be in the tank. I'm not sure what I had him on. But possibly, don't know. Actually, I'll grab one thing. I'm gonna sneak in Ariel. Do I have Ariel? I don't know if I have Ariel. Hold on. You saw me go from one to the other. I'm gonna see if these pieces would fit. But I think they're too long for this tank. They're too big for this tank. But they'd be perfect for stuff like this shark. Sort of. It needs to come out at an angle now, so it doesn't really... That's the problem, is it's too long. So I can't use it the way I'd like to. Because they're too long. I don't know if they're shorter ones of these clear pieces. These are used for a lot of different stuff. But Ariel would be cool to snake in. I guess that's Patrick's in there, as you saw. The cover will still go on with that shark way up the top, so that's good. And this is the part that's always fun, is adding in all this loose pieces as sand. So I basically, once I have everything locked in place, I throw all this sand in there. And then octopus, some octopus, a black octopus, or this red octopus. I have an octopus tattoo. A Lego octopus tattoo, by the way. So I did some funky thing here to have some seaweed in the tank. Is I have, because it matches with the so I have it on that, and I can lock this down to the bottom and then put sand around it. You won't notice that it's the way it is because it hides, it goes in with the sand. So that's another thing. And it fell off, so that doesn't help. Because then I can't get the piece out easily. Ugh. My hands are too big. Do you have 2 aerial figs? Nice. I don't have any, so I can't do that. If you want to send me one. What did Ariel come with? I'm trying to think if I have... But I don't think I have that Ariel figure. Yeah, I just keep breaking all the seaweed and everything. Every time I put my hand in this, this is the part where I almost wanted to put the tank first. I mean after, but that's harder to do too, to situate it around it. So putting the pieces in now, it's almost like I need a pair of tweezers or something. So I just knocked off a fish. Keep knocking stuff off. And I'm trying to figure out how to put this guy in part still. Maybe some more seaweed on here. If I have a spot I can put seaweed on. I can put the seaweed way up here, but it's kind of weird. I'd like it in the bottom, but there's no... I'm going to go grab something off of my stack of stuff right now. Give me 1 second. Jurassic World, yes, I am. Give me 1 second. As I look for a piece quickly. Not in here, not in here. Those are cool. I'm looking for a piece. I'm looking for my tray that has the pieces in it, and I don't see it. It must be here somewhere because it's full of round pieces. I just found it. It's in the wrong spot. When we moved everything around, these trays got mixed up, and I got to go through and sort them all again. Jurassic Park, the Jurassic World stuff, I like them. I mean, there's only so much they can do, but I still like them. So this piece will work. It's a little stud piece, and it's not tan. I don't have any tan ones, but it'll be fine to blend in with the stuff. And this will let me put the seaweed in. Yes, that works out very well as opposed to the way I did it before, which is rather a lousy way. So you can put some seaweed around the tank now in different spots. Make it look a little more realistic. There goes that fish again, right? Yep, knocking fish off again. It's a little orange fish. Plans for the weekend? I don't know what my plans are for the weekend. I'm going to Best Buy. I know that. I have like $200 and almost $300 in reward points and gift cards that I can go buy some movies and stuff. Any good movie suggestions? I'm thinking of getting the Godfather series on Blu-ray because I don't have it, and I haven't seen the Godfather series, or I don't remember seeing all of them. If I did, it was so long ago I don't remember them. I'll stand up and put my hand in here to try and get the seaweed in a random place. I guess that's random enough? Not really. Alright, so get some seaweed in there. And now the thing is, do I want to throw all these pieces in? Once I throw these in, it's always difficult to work in here. But I'll do this as the final part. Just dump in all these pieces, these loose pieces in, and there's tons of them, for sand. And they'll be locked in, so it's not going to go anywhere. It's just getting them all out of here and into there. I almost need a mini vacuum to get these type of pieces up off of a plate. When you get all these loose studs, it gets pretty impossible to get them all. Scraping, you gotta kind of scrape them. And I might need more, but Scarface I saw a long time ago. So here I'm adding sand, adding more and more of this. I need more, I need lots more. So that's the trick now, is to get all this out of this. And yeah, Scarface movie, well, not for kids, so I can't talk about it here, but I think I saw it when I was like 11. My younger brother, he was like 4, and he thought it was hilarious. But yeah, we'll get that. Maybe a game for the Switch. Not sure what else, but it's always fun to go in and do it with gift cards and stuff that doesn't seem as bad as spending the money, because hope there's no Lego horse head. Yeah, see, I don't even know what that means. And don't explain it, please. It's vaguely familiar, but very cool. Oh, it must be, time is it? Time for me to... It's exactly 7. I'm gonna scoop some more of these in there, and then I gotta get going because I actually gotta make dinner. And tomorrow is Friday, and that's good because then the weekend's coming. I wish the weekends were longer. I did just come back from a trip around. I don't know if any of you guys lived in those areas, but Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio. That's where I was. We drove through West Virginia. We were in Virginia. We drove through a bunch of the other ones to go on a bunch of cave tours and stuff like that. Oh, you will. Yeah, so I'm scooping up, scraping these silly things. It's very awkward to do. Just filled up, I don't know even where I remember I got. I think I just ordered these from somebody on Bricklink. But just scraping. It's a famous scene from The Godfather. First time yeah, I don't know if I don't like certain things. I don't like horror movies. I like if it's a creature like attacking people, that's fine. But people hurting people, I don't like. So I won't watch any of those type of movies. Grandpa was Italian. Just drop your pieces in. There's a little touch tank inside of here too. You can't see it with the camera situated, but inside the aquarium, if you look back at one of my previous videos, you can see that there's a touch tank in the aquarium with some starfish in it. And maybe I can put some starfish in this tank too, but probably not. They are in the touch tank. There's a clam there, some lobsters, crab, a purple starfish, and some yellow starfish. So those are in the little touch tank inside the aquarium. I also have some jellyfish in the aquarium as well. But yeah, I gotta go as well, Imperial Officer and Lego Anthony and whoever else has been lurking and watching this. I'm hoping you liked seeing the aquarium go back together. It's a little tighter now, it's nice and compact on here. I'm happy about that. And yeah, I'll be here next week as well. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitter at BuiltFromBricks. You know what? Give me 1 second. You can say bye. I'll come over here. I'll switch back here. That's better. I can look at you. And I will say bye to everyone. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter at BuiltFromBricks, as well as Facebook and on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. And stay tuned each week for more fun episodes. Check us out on our live streams every Thursday at 6 p.m. And next week we'll be back working on something in the city. I'll post it up on YouTube live page, what we're working on at one point. But thanks for watching. What have you built today?